What is this bullshit? Okay. My Zen's not working.
In today's video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the cheats themselves, because although people seem to think they understand the patterns of cheats being used, there are so many different types of cheats that can be used in online video games that I don't think you guys fully understand it, and I'm willing to be the person to put that information out. Now, this is by no means for me to teach you how to use these cheats. Certainly not. But I want you guys to have a full understanding of the lengths people will go to get the upper hand in video games. We have already touched on multiple different cheat providers, but these cheat providers only offer software cheats, and software is something that you download. It's a program that runs in the background on your PC whilst you are playing the game, this being something that will assist your aim, giving you in-game knowledge that you shouldn't have, such as 2D radar, wall hacks, whether that be a 3D player box, 2D player box, player skeleton, 3D player skeleton, and so on. There are so many features to explain when it comes to ESP wall hacks from software cheats. Now, this is something that is very commonly used, especially in the Call of Duty Warzone space, because it's so easily accessible, with literally thousands of cheat providers who offer software cheats specifically for Call of Duty Warzone. Now, some of those developers may actually be a copy and paste software, some others may just be resellers, and others, well, they may only have 10 customers, but there are definitely thousands of software cheats that you can download for this game. We have been through this over the past 2 years and explained them piece by piece, but I want to talk about the difference today between software cheats and hardware cheats, because not many people really understand the extent of hardware cheats. Some of you might be sat there now thinking, hardware cheats, what are they? Others may be sat there thinking, hardware, is that like a modded controller, a Cronus Zen? And to an extent, you guys would be right, but we're going to get into more detail about that shortly. But for now, for you guys to understand the software cheats, you need to understand how it works. It is essentially a software, a program you download for an X price every single month or day or year. And software cheats are able to control your in-game aim, as well as giving you that information we spoke about with the wall hacks and all other ESP settings. And I would say the software cheats offer something the hardware cheats can't. They offer that next level gameplay, although it's not you playing the game. The cheats themselves, the way in which they are programmed to work with multiple different features, to the point where you can laser somebody across a map, or you know where every single enemy is at every moment throughout that game. And this is something the hardware cheats can't really offer. So let's take a dive into the hardware cheats now. We're going to start off by talking about a strike pack. Okay, strike pack is something that you attach to the back of your controller, and it does have paddles. Now, people will buy the strike pack just to add the paddles to the back of what would have been a standard controller prior to the strike pack being attached, and people do this as a cheaper option to buying the likes of a Scuff or a Battle Beaver. Now, the reason people are doing this is because it does give them an upper hand in the game, but paddles have become accepted. Now, paddles are not the reason why a strike pack is classed as external cheats, although it is a part of it. You are able to program into the strike pack scripts for anti-recoil, auto drop shot, auto strafe, auto jump shot, rapid fire, sticky aim, and much more. Now, these are all features that you've heard of before, but I just wanted to clarify what this external cheat device can actually do. So that's a strike pack. Those are the features, plus a couple of others as well that are very similar to what we've mentioned. Then you have the Cronus Max and Cronus Zen. I'm going to talk about these two in the same thing because they are both Cronus and they are both by the same company. I just want to let you guys know that the Cronus Zen is a hell of a lot more advanced than the Cronus Max was. Cronus Max is discontinued, it is old, and people don't really use that anymore because of the Cronus Zen. But starting with the Cronus Max, it has all the features we mentioned that the strike pack has. Only difference is this comes in a USB format. It can be plugged into console and PC. You connect your controller either through USB wire or wirelessly, because the Cronus Max comes with a wireless dongle. So you would plug the dongle into the Cronus Max while the Cronus Max is plugged into the console or PC, and you would then connect your controller to it. And again, you can use something called Cronus Pro. Ask Mutex, he knows. And that way you can add the scripts to the Cronus Max device. And the software you download is not in fact against any of the terms of service, and it wouldn't be pulled up in any sort of detection if an anti-cheat was searching for malicious files that are running in the background. It wouldn't actually pick up the Cronus Pro, because the Cronus Pro isn't in fact injecting anything into the game. It is just a loader. So you load a USB device that you then plug into your computer or console, and then away you go. So you would have anti-recoil, auto drop shot, jump shot, auto strafe, you would have rapid fire, sticky aim, and much more, which again we mentioned with the strike pack. So let's look at the Cronus Zen as well. That has all of those features. The only difference with the Cronus Zen is it's a hell of a lot more advanced, and you can actually set scripts up specifically for loadouts. So with Warzone, you are able to have 10 loadouts, and with a Cronus Zen, you can set up loadouts so you would have the perfect anti-recoil, the perfect sticky aim, and so on, based on the loadout you've got. And obviously it takes trial and error while doing this, but it is an external cheat, and essentially what it is doing is not operating the game itself, but it is controlling your controller. That is what the Zen, the strike pack, as well as the Cronus Max are all doing, and it's the same with others. So although these are external cheats, they are essentially only controlling the controller. So the output from the devices we've already mentioned are not essentially putting an output into the game, they are doing it to the controller, whereas you would have to pull down on your right analog stick to control recoil. That device is doing it for you. It's essentially letting the game know that you are pulling down on your controller without you having to pull down on the analog stick. Make sense? Very simple to understand, and yes, they are all cheating methods, but they are not exactly the most plausible cheating methods out there. They can offer things like anti-recoil, which people would be able to get an upper hand with, as well as the sticky aim maybe, and auto strafe, but again, it is not like a software cheat where you would download the aim and it would aim for you and lock onto certain positions of an enemy, or give you the exact whereabouts of every single enemy through ESP settings. None of those devices have that capability, so this is why people would deem them as not really cheating when they think about cheating in Warzone, because software cheats are being used. However, I want to let you all know they are forms of cheating. Although they are external, although there's no input from them to the game, it is a form of cheating. That brings us to the next external device I want to talk about, which is the Titan 2. The Titan 1, Titan 2, these both offer things that the other devices don't. First of all, let me explain that they do offer scripts, the very same scripts that we've spoken about across the Cronus devices as well as the strike pack. But there's more to the Titan 2. Titan 2 offers a service where you can actually connect your console to your PC, and you can download something called computer vision, and through computer vision you can program it to actually train your aim. So it would essentially have a pixel bot on computer vision, which would then give you locations of enemies. However, it's not exactly wall hacks. You can't see enemies through buildings. It will only identify an enemy who is visible. But this can still give you an upper hand. For example, if there are enemies moving 300 meters in front of you that you wouldn't normally see, the computer vision program would actually pick them up. So that is essentially a form of wall hacks. It is at least indicating where enemies are. And then you have the aim trainer side of it, where computer vision is essentially learning from your aim behavior, and it will pick up the best points of contact when you are aiming at an enemy. It will pick up where the best points are, how quickly the enemy died, and so on. And although it would take a long period of time, with the AI learning behind it, it will essentially give you better aim in the long run. And the worst part about computer vision is it isn't linked or installed or injected into the game. It is essentially just mirroring what you are seeing on your console. So if you play on console or PC and you run computer vision on a second PC or the PC whilst on console, the game will not notice that you have something like that running. So the Titan 2 and computer vision are running without being detected. So this is something again that makes the Titan 2 far beyond what we've already spoken about in the other devices. But there's more. There is more when it comes to hardware, and this is something I saw so far only in the CSGO scene. There is only a video about these types of devices from somebody who was playing CSGO, and that is an external computer, a very small external computer which you essentially connect your mouse to, which you then plug into the PC, but it operates as a breaker and it will not let anything go towards the PC, letting the game know that you are in fact using a form of cheating. It is essentially learning the aim behavior that you're putting in and then perfecting that aim, essentially similar to what computer vision does. But from what I've seen with these devices, from what I've heard about the devices in CSGO, these are next level. It is essentially similar to running a software cheat, but it is undetected. I tried at one point to get my hands on this device. I wanted to know whether or not these devices were capable of working across multiple games, because essentially it is just an external computer that is learning. With AI learning, this device will be able to operate in any game, surely. It's not like it comes in a box that says for CSGO and so on. No, it is literally a device that learns how to aim for you. So this could actually be cross-compatible compatible against multiple different games. I wanted to find out more. I tried to reach out to the developer of this device on Discord around 12 months ago, and at the time I actually hinted at there possibly being a video coming out surrounding external hardware cheats. Unfortunately, I got blocked on Discord. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay in the server for much longer. I couldn't actually get in touch with anybody who had access to this. But one thing I did see is the price of the external cheats, and they were in the $1,000 range. So they were 3,500 and something pounds or dollars, and that is an extremely expensive price to pay just to make you aim a little bit better in a game. But that is money I was willing to part with to get this device in front of me and learn about it, because that is essentially what I've done from the very beginning, learning about the external cheating devices that we've already mentioned, as well as learning about the software cheats that are available for Call of Duty Warzone. But I wanted to know what these private cheats were like. Private cheats aren't necessarily downloadable softwares, although there probably are some out there that have been undetected from the very beginning, and these are extremely private and you won't have heard of them, just like I won't have heard of them. But they are definitely not something I would speak about on a video and give other people the idea of getting software cheats that are undetectable. But the external cheats is a much better option for somebody who is trying to mask and hide the fact they are cheating, especially if it's got AI learning and it is essentially only learning from the person's aim at the best spot, so it would again look extremely natural with the aim. So these devices are something that I am still to this day trying to get my hands on, but I wanted you guys to understand the extent people are willing to go to cheat, and I wanted you to understand the difference between software cheats and external hardware cheats. There are so many different methods of cheating, and we haven't even touched on the likes of VPN usage. We haven't even touched on the likes of using a NetDoomer router to pinpoint your geolocation. Nothing like that. Today was about software versus hardware cheats, and I'm hoping this was very educational for you guys, and it makes you wonder, doesn't it, which cheating device or program are these streamers using who have this suspicious gameplay? And I want you to understand that each of the devices we've mentioned, as well as the softwares that can be downloaded, these all offer similar things, but essentially they have different patterns within the aim. They have different patterns within the whereabouts known to the wall hacks and ESP features. So when you question whether or not something is or isn't cheating, remember this: if there are thousands of programs out there, downloadable software that offer cheats, that offer aim cheats, aimbot, then they are all going to have different patterns. If there are multiple different devices out there that offer similar scripts to do with aim, they are all going to offer different patterns. And yes, patterns are very much a big part of how I've caught cheaters in the past. And that is why I've done my extensive research into all of these cheating devices and programs. And I'm going to continue to do my research as we move forward into Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. And I am more than happy to share my findings with all of you. And if you did enjoy today's video, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe and notification bell. And listen, if you did enjoy it, you will definitely enjoy this one here as well. Go and check it out. Thank you.